In today's most unsurprising update, the Crown Court have announced that they're probably not going to be prosecuting the Just Stop Oil activists anytime soon. In this video, we're going to talk about why this issue is happening. We're all frustrated with what's going on with the JSO eco militants, but they've said that despite government fast-tracking new laws through Parliament, the backlogs in the Crown Court means that the Just Stop Oil criminals will not be tried, allegedly, until 2025. So don't expect anything to happen to them for the next 2 years because our justice system and everything else around it, the whole establishment, are incompetent and we have a massive backlog. We don't know exactly what's going on with everything else. And obviously, element of mass migration and the rise of illegal migration and those court cases is also adding to the backlog. And we have to basically wait for another 2 years to see whether the Just Stop All activists who are now being arrested slowly are going to be getting some, justice for the country. How long do we have to wait? And what's going to happen till then? Keir Starmer is going to become Prime Minister potentially. And maybe some of them or all of them, the Just Stop All activists, will get away with it because the people who've been funding Just Stop All activists have been funding the Labour Party. We've already exposed that. So let's see. The Telegraph said this means that some of the protesters will not be tried until up to 2 years from their offence, despite the government fast-tracking all this. Now, about 750 protesters were arrested last year, with a further 116 arrested since the slow march tactic started. And then we got someone from the Metropolitan Police telling LBC that these cases are now working their way through the courts. And the cost of that is enormous. We have some court cases listed for 2025 of the people we have charged as part of the first phase. So considering that the last couple of days we've seen an increase of arrests because Suella Braverman has now forced the police to actually become more robust. So well done, Suella. Well, that usually did something good. But the problem is, the more arrests, which is right to do, more arrests means more court cases and more delays, more backlog. So I'm going to guess some of them are going to be not tried until 2030. And as I said, the fear I have is that if the Labour Party get into government, then maybe we're just going to see a massive U-turn from the establishment. Even right now, we're not going to get any justice anytime soon. So, Mr. Twist also said, so far, since the start of this sort of phase, the recent times, we have had 241 slow marches. We've imposed conditions 192 times, and we have arrested 116 people. So the number of arrests are going up, so that's good. But again, the rest of it is about the judges and the lawyers and the courts, which is a big problem. Now, he also said on behalf of the Met that the protests had required the Metropolitan Police to devote 16,500 officers and their shifts to policing them at a cost of about £5.5 million. That's about 150 officers a day during the phase. And from my point of view, he says, as someone that cares deeply about crime in London, what I could do with 150 officers preventing robberies or investigating crime or supporting victims is really significant. So I very much hope that Just Stop Oil are going to change their tactics and cause less disruption to Londoners so we can focus more on crime and supporting victims. Obviously, the Just Stop Oil activists are not going to listen to him, and they're going to continue because now they can see an opportunity. They can see that they're not going to be prosecuted for a long, long time, so they're just going to do whatever they want, get arrested, get released on bail, and do it again, or maybe even going forward, hide their identity, wear face coverings or whatever, like Antifa. I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing that. But these people are complete vanillas. They're all champagne socialists and spoiled idiots who don't even actually know how to get things done. Anyway, this was the latest update on the whole issue. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.